Hey guys, it's me, Jay. Yeah, I just wanted to say a little editorial of a video. Yeah, and say how I believe that the world that the Joker is set in is similar to our world. It kind of parallels our world. And why I say that is because uh, the world that the movie is made in is set in the 1970s, and in the 1970s we had a very ineffective political system, corrupt and all that, kind of like we have now. We had just come out of a war that we didn't really need to be in, just to enforce an ideology that on the people that was enforceable. And the streets were loaded with crime and decadence and prostitution and poverty. It was just terrible, and a lot of the the mental patients were being kicked out of the mental hospitals because of lack of funding. And that was the case with 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 the Joker movie as well. If you saw in the one scene where he's at the social worker's office and the social worker says to him, "Well, Mr. Fleck, we're not going to be able to give you your medicine anymore because we've run out of funds, and we're not going to be seeing each other anymore because we've run out of funds." In that case, he's just like he doesn't know what to do. And that was kind of like a lot of people in real life. They didn't know what to do after they were cut off their medicines during the 1970s. So we had a war we weren't supposed to be in. We had ineffective leadership. We had no trust in the justice system anymore because cops were shooting random people. The optimism that existed in the 1960s no longer existed, and it was a time of malaise. That's the words that President Jimmy Carter used to describe the basic feeling that the world was feeling at the time of the 1970s. Gas prices were going up thanks to the Iranian Revolution, and there were a lot of assassinations. The assassination of John F. Kennedy, the assassination of Robert Kennedy, the attempted assassination of George Wallace, the assassination of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And people were just on edge. And I think that's kind of like it is now. There's so many not assassinations, but so many mass shootings. We had a young, optimistic president in Barack Obama. He's gone, just like JFK was gone. And who replaced him? His vice. But his vice was old, conservative, and ineffective, just like Biden. Many say Biden is to Trump, and Biden is to Obama. Uh, LBJ was um, to to uh, to Kennedy. So that's just basically how it is. We have a very ineffective system like we had in the movie The Joker. One thing I loved about the movie The Joker, a scene I love and a phrase I love from that was when he says, "What do you get? I have a joke for you, Murray." And Murray is the character of um, um, Robert De Niro. He says, "I have a joke for you, Murray." And Robert De Niro says, "What?" He says, What do you get when you mix a mentally ill loner with a society who treats him like shit? You get what you fucking deserve, and he shoots him. That is classic because that illustrates exactly what a lot of people are feeling and what why the movie is so good and so important in today's society. Why I love it. I think a lot of people wanted me to expound upon the theories. They asked me about the theories of the movie. Now, as far as the theories, I think Thomas Wayne is Arthur Fleck's son, Arthur Fleck's father, rather, because okay, just because he found those letters that that wasn't his pops doesn't necessarily mean that that he is not his father. He may be his father. He may have covered it up and had Penny Fleck take him home because he's a love child. So Penny Fleck could be telling the truth all along, which will make Batman and the Joker brothers. And then you look at it from a different point of view, like the privileged class, like in our society, the 1% versus the 99%. Joker is the 99%. Joker is the guy who they told was never going to be nothing. Joker is the guy who they told was going to be a piece of garbage. Like you said, if I died today, nobody would care. My body pass over my body in the street. You know what I mean? Because he was so insignificant in the world. He got beaten up plenty of times by plenty of people, and nobody cared. Nobody bit an eyelash about it when he got beaten up in the beginning by the gang members and taking the sign. The only one he spared was the little midget. Why the little midget? Because little midget was nice to him, and plus Joker was misunderstood by society, just like little midget guy was. But yeah, I'm looking at it and I see so many parallels between our society now and the society in which the Joker lived. Like, somebody like him could come up and become very dangerous in society. Yeah, we've seen cases of mass shooters and stuff, but the difference was with the Joker in the movie was that he had a following behind him. These other guys, besides Elliot Rogers had the incel movement, but besides him, they didn't. Other guys really didn't have no following. The other guys just had, themselves. Even Dylan Roof, he had a white supremacist following, but he didn't have nobody after him said like, "Oh, I want to be the next Dylan Roof," because they never killed nobody impactful. That was the thing. When he killed Murray Franklin, it would be like today if somebody shot Bill Maher. Somebody on the if somebody on the right uh, shot Bill Maher, uh, people would go crazy. Right there on live TV as it is on HBO, somebody would shoot him and boom, it would erupt all over the world. It had to be from the right, it could be from the left too, because Maher is always mocking the woke culture of the left too. People would go crazy. I mean, like, people say, oh, well, that can't happen. Some crazy guy can't just become the leader of a movement in the world. It can't. It has happened. Milo Yiannopoulos. If Milo Yiannopoulos was dangerous, we would have seen this. Donald Trump, the MAGA hats, how the MAGA hats have become a symbol of the all right. How OK sign became a symbol of the all right. Just like the Joker mask for the people in this movie. They're frustrated. They're fed up with the oligarchs like Thomas Wayne, and they're taking out their frustration on these guys. Anyway, peace. I just wanted to share my thoughts on what I felt were the parallels between today's society and society of the Joker.